The world-famous Butch and Bob Show.
World-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. Bob, how you doing?
Doing good. Getting ready for this big game tonight. I'm scared to death.
Big game? You're playing New England.
I
You
know.
can put your water boy in there and win.
We were playing Arizona last week. They won 2 games. We lost that game. We got Mitchell Trubisky. He's horrible.
The Pittsburgh Steelers defense are going to have to score tonight, right?
I think we need to go Wildcat and put Najee Harris, just snap
Just
it to
put him
him.
back there, snap it to him, and let him go, huh?
Just get rid of the quarterback. Hopefully my defense shows up, plays well. We ought to be able to stop Zappy. I mean,
Okay.
he's not very good. They got their backup quarterback too, so they don't have a quarterback either. So this game's going to be 3-2.
3-2. One safety and a field goal.
It's going to be probably the worst rated NFL football game in the history of NFL.
It'd be more like a baseball score than a football
I'm
score.
telling you, I don't know if either team can score. I need the defense to score.
All right, we'll find out tonight.
I need to win though.
I
I
know,
got to stay in the playoff hunt.
You live and die by those Steelers just like you do with the dogs.
That's right. I bleed black and gold. Go Steelers. Have my terrible tie ready to go.
Okay.
Praying. Be praying all day they can find a way to win. I don't have a lot of faith.
God says, I don't know if I can perform that miracle.
Probably not. It's probably too much to ask.
You take up your 10-year allotment of miracles right there, Bob.
God's probably saying the same thing. Give me somebody besides Mitchell Trubisky. I got to have something to work with.
I can only do so much, right?
That's right. I mean, come on.
Oh, boy. We've got guests in here this morning, Bob. Who do we have?
Popple Farms is here. We got Miss Popple and Caleb Popple. Tell us about Big Christmas.
Miss Popple.
Well, your mom's listening.
Miss Popple's listening. Yeah. I'm Paige Popple Blanton, and I'm actually helping. Not helping. I don't know the word to explain, but my nephew and I, Caleb, are co-partnering in producing the Christmas at Popple Farms this year. So this is our second year running with doing this Christmas season, and the second year is even better than what we could have imagined last year. This year, anything, it's amazing. So we're just here to talk about it a little bit.
So what all's taking place with Christmas at Popple's Farms?
Well, I'll let Caleb take that over.
All right, Caleb, you're up.
All right. We got a lot of things going on out at the farm this year, and like Paige said, this is the second year going. So last year, Paige and them took it over and took on and did a trial run with it, and actually it was a great success. So the community loved it; they enjoyed it. So they brought us on this year, and thankfully, and we got to experience, what all they did, and even add to it this year. So we've got a few things that we do out at the farm. One of the things this year that we added from last year was what we call the tree train, which is a hayride to the live nativity scene. You can hop aboard with you and your family. It's a one stop, one thing. We go all the way to the living nativity, and we come around back to the farm, where there we have pictures with Santa.
Stop
and
for
Mrs.
a second.
Yes, sir.
What's at the live nativity?
It's
A live nativity. It's
What characters are there? Let's just put it that way.
well, yeah.
Is it the whole ensemble, or?
It is the majority of the ensemble. Yes.
Okay.
So we have the animals. We have live animals. We have this weekend we'll have some goats, possibly let out there on leashes. Who knows? We have a donkey, and we have a Shetland pony. We have 3 wise men, a shepherd, Joseph and Mary, and of course the baby Jesus. And we have an angel.
All right. All that's live.
And a bunch of hay, and a lot of lights, and a lot of caroling.
So it's going to be a good time with the live nativity. I
That's
just wanted
right.
to paint that picture in folks'
Yes.
folks' minds about what is there.
It starts out
Didn't
fun.
want to just skim right by it there, Caleb. Sorry about that, but I
Right.
wanted to paint that picture there because it sounds really entertaining.
So the hayride starts out fun and lively. So we start out with a bunch of caroling. That's a lot of fun, festive songs that everyone knows. And then we kind of bring it down and introduce the story, the birth of Jesus and the reason for the season, and get a little bit more serious as we go further back into the field. And then by the end of that segment, then that's whenever you see for the first time the live nativity and all the lights on it. And we drive by slowly as you just take in all of the scenery that you see, and you actually realize why you're here and why we celebrate what we celebrate at this time of year.
Right. Well, that's what I figured it might be, but I just wanted to. We're
Yes.
engaging the theater of the mind here on radio.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
people can kind of see what in their mind what's going on there, and it sounds very good, and I think people will be touched by it.
Yeah,
and blessed.
It
Okay.
is. It's fun.
All right, Caleb, on the next thing.
So we have Santa's there with Mrs. Claus. You have
When you come back from the
Yes, sir.
from the ride
on the farm there, you have Santa and Mrs. Claus at the Claus residence. You can walk up and take a picture with Santa, visit Mrs. Claus. We have letters to Santa where you can go to the Peppermint Postal Station, write your letter to Santa, put it in an envelope, stick it in the mailbox, the actual designated mailbox that goes to Santa, and he writes back.
That's the biggest part, is that Santa writes a letter back to every child that puts the letter into the mailbox, and it's a personalized letter to every single child that puts in their letter at that post.
Well, good.
And for the
That's
kids,
cool.
yeah, for the kids, listen, we've got a special connection with Santa, so we make sure he gets our mail and he'll mail it right back to you. Also, we've got some, when it gets cold out there, we've got some warm fire pits lit up, and we also have some hot apple cider, hot chocolate, some baked goods as well. We have our folks with the stand out there for our concessions, grilled cheeses. We have things for that. It's not a full-on concessions like it was during October, but we do have something for you if you would like to kind of snack or nibble out there.
Okay.
We have really good warm soups too,
Warm soups.
Soups too. Huh? Good.
and rocking chairs by the fire. That's
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite part.
Sitting by the fire in a rocking chair,
In
sipping
the
on
blanket.
soup, huh?
Yep,
With a blanket
that's
on
it.
you. Wow.
And you can sit back and just enjoy the scenery of all the lights. I mean, we've spent a good amount of time out there putting up lights, and it was I think our best guess was about 50,000 or so, probably more, but there's a lot of lights that we have put up out there.
We quit counting at 50,000. We said that's enough to count.
enough.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
not look at the rest.
But each year our goal is to make this better and better for families, and that's not limited to what we have, but just kind of throw that in there. Each year it's going to get better and better. So, I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day, so we're trying to gradually make it better each year. So we do like for the folks to come tell us and say, hey, if you had a great time, or no, this is what you need to improve on. We take that criticism and we go with it.
Why don't you just call it input?
Input.
That's
Say
right.
that
Yeah.
input. Okay.
Constructive.
Yeah. Yeah. More input on there.
So we've got also with your admission, price of admission is $12.50 for children 4 and up. Children 3 and under are free. So with your price of admission, all the inflatables are up and running. We have the reindeer train going. We have crafts for the kids. You can get 2 crafts,
And for adults.
and for adults.
So you can create an ornament at the farm, and 2 ornaments actually, or 2 crafts anyway, and take home with you that day. And so all of that's included. I like doing the crafts myself. I like any type of family craft that we can always look back on and remember that specific year and what we were doing and when we created that. So I
Okay.
like crafts.
And then we have the Christmas gift shop is open as well. Eloise's bookstore, you can go and buy a Christmas book. And then we also have some elves that are reading to you while you're in there browsing for a book, and the Christmas caroling, and then also, Frosty's and Friends' playground. So we have a lot of things to do on the farm. When we first opened that night, I got to sit back and look and just enjoy watching all the kids have fun and everything that was going on. It was humbling, and it was a great experience.
All this at Popple Farms on Hyman Popple Loop Road off of Tank Road, just outside of Odom. And what are the dates on it once again?
So we're open every weekend leading up till Christmas. Friday, December.
This Friday?
Yes, sir. We're open this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday and Saturday is 5 to 9. Sunday is 1 to 6. And then the Friday of Christmas on the 22nd will be open 5 to 9, and that will be our last day as of right now.
So not going to do it on the next day after that on Saturday.
No, sir. Not at this time.
Not on the eve of Christmas Eve. You're not going to do it.
No, sir. Not at this time. But y'all check us out on Facebook. It's Christmas at Popple Farms. You can follow us there. We're giving away tickets. We've always got something going on our Facebook page. Just be on the lookout for it. And for further announcements as well, especially due to weather. You know, this last weekend we had some nasty weather come in, so unfortunately we had to close for 2 days. But we are looking forward to seeing everybody out on the farm.
Well, this Friday you ought to be fine. Saturday you're going to be fine. Sunday is you may be sitting watching the rain from the porch on Sunday.
Nope, we're not. That rain's going to go away.
Yeah, that 80% chance.
Yeah, that 80% chance is just going to
blow
yeah, that's exactly right.
That's
yeah.
right.
This be good things. Push it on into Monday.
The powers to be going to make the Steelers win the night and rain go away on Sunday.
That's right. We talked to some real important people. Bob and I do. Yeah.
It didn't work for Bob this last week with the Steelers.
The last thing I just would like to add is we also sell Fraser fir Christmas trees on the farm. My dad and mom and Caleb's grandparents they started selling trees back when did they say
97.
97.
Yeah, 97.
97, they sell live trees out there.
So for the last 26 years, they've been selling Christmas trees.
Okay. They get them from North Carolina or something?
They did from Grandfather Mountain up in North Carolina. Mm-hmm.
Where a lot of them come from.
And they've got tree lots all over the southeast here. So if you're not in the Jesup area and you would like to get into another area, there's some in Richmond Hill, I believe. There's some in Brunswick. There's tree lots in Vidalia.
All y'all's the Popples?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep. So we have wreaths and garland and Christmas trees. So anything that you could want Christmas-wise, we have at the farm.
Yep.
And y'all do have time for farming doing all this, right?
At some point. We think. We don't haven't even got there yet. We think that's the next season. We don't know.
Hey, you got to do a little bit of it for agritourism to be official agritourism place.
It's in
I
the
know you
process
do.
somewhere.
I'm just kidding around because y'all stay so busy with these events that, but you know, that's usually October, December, and stuff like that. You know, the growing season, the spring, the harvesting in the summer. So you know, you got
We'll
all
start
that going
planting
on.
in February. I think February and March is when we start getting everything ready.
That's great. Just this is the second year of y'all doing the it's the official name of what you call it out there?
Christmas at Popple Farms.
Christmas at Popple Farms.
Yes,
Popple Farms out there where everybody goes in October. Now got an entire Christmas event going on there with the rides and you still call it a hayride? What do you call it?
The tree train. Say
The
that
tree
5
train.
times.
You get on a tree train.
That's right.
Go out there, the live nativity. You get to see Santa. You got a gift shop out there. All kinds of other things going on out there. You're going to enjoy yourself, and it's just $12.50 to get in 4 and up.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
3 and under free.
3 and under are free. And like I said, we'll be giving away some tickets, so be on the lookout. I know we have an active giveaway going on now.
I wish y'd have brought us some. We'd have give some away.
Well, we can.
You can't bring them in. We'll give them away.
We got some.
Where are they?
I'm about to write them out for you right now. Just give me a piece of paper on a scrap piece of paper, and I'll just write it out. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're glad to give away some because we give away tickets during October, and people love winning those for your Farmtastic days out there.
We can definitely do that.
All right. Sounds good. Well, everyone head on out to Popple Farms this weekend, Friday from 5 to 9, Saturday 5 to 9, Sunday afternoon 1 to 6.
Yes, sir.
And for this weekend and next weekend, and then the Christmas Eve weekend, it'll be just Friday at this time.
And don't forget about us after the parade. If you're done with the parade festivities next weekend, come see us. We'll be right out there awaiting you to come.
We have plenty of lights.
We're going to be awaiting you out there.
There we are.
He's getting into his farmer's
He's getting back in his
role.
farmer mode.
He's getting his cowboy hat on and getting into his farmer's role with that.
Did you wear your boots this morning?
Not yet.
All right. Well, y'all have a good time out there, and I'm sure you will. And I know the folks that go out there always have a good time out at Popple Farms. Y'all put on a great events out there.
We appreciate it.
Bob,
very
any
much.
other questions or comments for them?
I just want to know, there's 50,000 lights. Caleb, how many did you have to put up?
How many did I have to put up?
A lot.
49,999.
That was the deal.
I just wonder who put up the 50,000.
That was the deal.
That sounds like a tall task.
You should have seen us out there. We were on ladders on top of roofs. We were Oh, it was, yeah,
It was fun. It
was fun.
And just think, after the first year, you get to take them all down and pack them up.
That's right.
How long does it take to put up 50,000?
We started November 1st. As soon as October came down, we started November 1st.
The same day the last field trip started, we started putting up lights.
Putting up lights.
And worked every day, night and day.
Put them
until-
up. I got you.
Well, Satilla EMC must love y'all. plug all those in, their profits go up.
For sure. They have been running hard since November the 1st. Yeah.
All right, y'all take care. All right.
Thank you so much.
Bob,
Yes.
yeah, we still got time. All right, we'll be back more of the world famous Butch and Bob show in a minute.
When further treatment is no longer an option, hospice can provide services to manage symptoms and difficulties caused by illness. Emotional, psychosocial, and spiritual care, as well as support to the families and caregivers, are all part of hospice care. Hospice of South Georgia has been a part of the health community in Wayne and surrounding counties since 1998. The professional yet compassionate attention provided by our staff is unsurpassed. Widely supported by donations from the local population, Hospice of South Georgia is the local nonprofit hospice in Wayne County. Our administrative office is located at 1625 Sunset Boulevard, and Hospice of South Georgia accepts anyone who meets hospice criteria, regardless of their ability to pay. Please call 912-588-0080 to speak with someone about hospice care. That was 912-588-0080. We are your hometown hospice, and we are here to serve you. Hospice of South Georgia, working to add life to your days.
South Georgia weather.
Here's your WIFO forecast. Sunshine today. Northwest winds gusting to 25. Highs upper 50s. Clear tonight, low in the low 30s. Tomorrow, sunshine, upper 50s. Partly cloudy, becoming mostly cloudy, low 30s Thursday night. Friday, some patchy fog early, then partly sunny, highs mid-60s. Saturday, mostly sunny, highs low 70s. Georgia Chief Meteorologist John Weatherby in the GNN Weather Center.
105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO. Bob and I are going to talk, and Paige and Caleb here are just going to fill out, tickets for us to give away. They're just writing away over there. Well, Bob, what's going on? Anything on your mind this morning?
I just congrats to those Wayne County football players made all region.
Oh, yeah.
Matthew Fuller, region player of the year again. Came down between him and the quarterback from Benedictine, so I'm just happy that Matthew won out, and the region coaches vote on that. But again, he had another phenomenal season, close to 2,000 yards rushing, a lot of touchdowns. Just going to miss that kid, but South Carolina's getting a heck of a football player. But also first team all-region, Jaw Ross. Hopefully someone's going to give him a shot to play at the next level. Antonio Reeves and Tavion Wallace is just a junior. And as I mentioned in the Sportscast, Tavion Wallace, his brother Trevin's at Kentucky, but Tavion's going to be one of the most sought-after athletes in the state next year. I mean, he's already getting
In what
tons
position
of
does he
offers.
play?
He plays linebacker.
Linebacker.
But he's got like every SEC team, every Big Ten team's already offered him. Talking to him, he's kind of leaning. He kind of likes LSU, but I'm trying. I keep telling him I got all this red and black gear I can give him. We kind of joke.
Can we make it NIL?
we kind of joke every
Deal with
time.
them?
We kind of joke every time I see him. I said, Tavion, Athens is a nice place to be, and he kind of just shakes his head. I mean, I'm not sure where he's going to wind up, but he's got all kinds of offers. Just a great kid, so it'll be fun next year watching all these scouts come and see where he lands, see if he makes a decision before the season. Most people, make their, like Matthew did. Matthew made his decision before the football, get it out of the way before the football season starts. But our congrats to those players. Again, also second team all-region Eric Hodges, a junior, senior punter Hampton McElwain, and junior tight end Coleman Palmer, all named to the second team all-region. So,
And McElwain, what year is he?
He's a senior.
Senior, so we got to get a new kicker next year.
I'm trying to figure out who got first team all-region punter, because I'll tell you, he had a phenomenal year.
He did
punting
have a
the
good
ball,
year.
So I'm just kind of shocked he wasn't first team all. But I said, I don't get a vote. So if I was voting, he'd be first team all-region. But our congrats to those players. Just nice honor. It took a while for them to get the team announced, but finally came out yesterday. So, and Georgia's schedule came out for 2024. Start with Clemson in Atlanta, trip to Texas, play Alabama and Auburn back-to-back. Alabama at Alabama.
It doesn't seem right playing Auburn that early in the season, but tradition things change.
Well, like with the new, adding those two teams, at least we're still playing.
The SEC? How does this work?
Well, like I said, they're going to still have an SEC championship game because they've extended the SEC championship game all the way to 2025 in Atlanta. So the top
who
two
gets
teams,
in the SEC championship?
The top two teams.
The top two
teams in that.
Seems like there could be a bunch of maybe some ties.
I'm sure there's going to
be some tiebreakers and all that kind of stuff. You might not know. Flip of the coin and that kind of stuff.
Please don't flip a coin.
I know you don't like coin flips, Bob, because the Wayne County Yellow Jackets usually lose those all the time.
I think the new tiebreaker should be the two coaches go in a ring and they have a rumble. That's how they decide.
My money's on Kirby.
I'm sure they have to have tiebreakers because I'm sure there's going to be a couple undefeated teams.
Complicated things. Lawyers got involved.
I was talking to a friend yesterday. They're going to expand to 12 teams. With Oklahoma and Texas coming in, SEC could have 8 of the 12 teams in the playoffs next year.
You never can tell.
Seriously.
You never can tell.
You think Oklahoma, Texas, Georgia, Alabama, Ole Miss is up there. Missouri's doing well. Just it'll be interesting how many of the SEC teams make the 12-team field next year. But an interesting schedule. I hate we don't play Oklahoma. We're supposed to play Oklahoma this year. For some reason, that got canceled. So, but the trip to Texas will be fun. Okay. It's a long way to Texas.
It's a long way to Texas. It's a long way just to get from one side of Texas to the other. You ever talk to anybody that's driven from one side of Texas all the way to the other?
We drove. I said my family lived in Texas one summer. I made that trip. It takes forever to get through that state.
It does. I mean, it's a long way across out there. Like going on Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, all together there.
It was one of the hottest summers I had to put in the yard, getting ready for but that was a hot summer in Texas.
Hot Summer in Texas. Sounds like a name of a movie, Bob.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe you can write a book, Hot Summer in Texas. That sounds good. Hot Summer in Texas.
I got to go watch the Cowboys and Steelers play in a preseason game, though, so that's still in memory.
Yeah, that's been in their old stadium.
That's in the old stadium.
Yeah, the Cotton Bowl Stadium. Yeah. Where Jerry's World was built.
Jerry's World. That's a new stadium. Been in that stadium.
I know you've been in that stadium at a Super Bowl. Yeah. That's right. You and your sidekick went out there, and it snowed out there. It snowed out there. Iced and snowed. it was miserable driving from what you were talking about when you got back when you, Greg, went out there.
That's still what's crazy is I just bought a brand new car for that trip.
Right, you did.
And we drove out there and had to go through ice and snow. I'm scared to death someone's going to hit me. People are sliding everywhere.
They're sliding everywhere.
Just there. And I make it through all that, and I come home, and a deer hits me in Dublin, Georgia.
In Dublin? Jeez, a deer hit you.
I made my brand new car makes it through all that ice
all that
snow,
out there.
Scared to death in Texas. I'm driving home thinking it's all good, and then here comes a deer and just
bam
totals the car.
Well, we can all identify with that, just about.
That was a bad trip home. But I like that car.
Yep.
But it made it through all the ice and snow.
You had the front wheel drive, and that so much better driving through snow and ice for front wheel drive. All right. Well, that's going on. Trevor Lawrence has tried to, kind of ease some of this controversy about him walking off the field and down the tunnel into the locker room. He said it was his decision. I told you that it was his decision because some people don't want to be carted off. Well, he didn't want to be carted off. He figured it was close enough that he could just be helped off the field and they didn't need to bring a cart over. But he regrets that now because he didn't realize it was that far of a walk that if he had to do it over again, he had to call for the cart. But he's the one that told everybody, I know I can walk off, and he had the two assistants there with him helping him walk off. But the more he walked, the longer that tunnel got.
I'll say again, it doesn't matter what he wanted. You're paying him all that money. Get him a cart.
But that's what he wanted. He said, I got it. Don't worry about it. Just help me off. It's just right there. It's just right there. But then, you get in there and you got that long tunnel and you get inside the tunnel inside where you go all the way down the locker room. And it was really hurting him by the time he got in the locker room. He was rethinking, I should have asked for the cart. But you're right. The coach should have said,
that's what I'm saying.
You getting on the cart.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody should have said, look, have you seen your contract, what we're paying you?
Just bring the cart up next to him and say, get in.
That's right.
That's right. Get in.
Get in the cart.
Coach sitting there saying, get in.
Put that ankle up in the air. Says a high, everybody's had one of those high sprain that, sometimes, like I said, sometimes the sprain's worse,
Oh, yeah.
You think it's better, and then all of a sudden you twist it, and all of a sudden you're back to square one. So
right.
Be interested to see how long it takes him to get back on the field. But they need him desperately.
Oh, yeah, desperately. A lot of these You know, not everybody is as lucky as San Francisco, and the backup quarterback is as good as the starting quarterback. Most of them stink. You know, most of these backup quarterbacks, you know, you wonder how in the world do they even get an NFL contract? But they were great players in the college, though they wouldn't have got the NFL contracts.
Yes.
I mean, they were great players in college, but not in pro. It's a lot faster. That's one thing they'll say. You know, you've talked to people who've played in college and then play in the NFL. It's a lot faster. A lot faster. You got to make quicker decisions. You know, all the guys are fast in the NFL.
I think the score tonight is going to be 9-6.
You think that Pittsburgh's actually going to score 9?
Yeah, 3 field goals.
3 field goals.
52-yard, 55-yard, 58-yarder for the winner. I don't see him scoring any touchdowns.
No touchdown. Neither team any touchdowns.
I just don't see how. But Mr. Trubisky and Zappy, I can't wait to see where Belichick lands next year. Like I said, they keep saying he's done in New England, which is surprising. All the Super Bowls he's won, but they say him and Bob Kraft have parted ways. And
but why does he think that he can win somewhere else and not at New England when he's kind of molded that up there in his image?
You know, probably have a better quarterback. But like I said, you know, he's to blame because he's the one that drafted all these players. So
he's the GM there, isn't he?
Right,
or isn't he? Or
yeah.
no? Or do they say they're going to? Some people say they might make a position for him there at New England.
Belichick's in charge of the draft. I mean, his roster they don't have a lot of talent on that roster for some reason. So it's been a big drop off from guys like Brady and Gronkowski and company. So they're really struggling.
Yeah, they are. All right, what else is going on, Bob? Anything else before we mosey out of here? Well, you mosey out. I still got 30 more minutes.
Just want to remind people about the parade in Scriven this coming Saturday, 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Mayor Weaver inviting everybody, and hopefully they find out who's destroying their light fixtures.
Well, let's put it this way: if it happens again, they will know. They got cameras everywhere, and they're ready to go after them, no matter their age or who they are.
It's just sad that people would destroy.
Just sad. It's just sad, you know.
But
you don't mess up Christmas decorations. There's things in life that you may mess up, but you don't mess up Christmas decorations.
Downtown Jesup's decorated very nice for Christmas.
Very nice, very nice.
It's nice.
All right, Bob, have a good day. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show here on WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio. It's brought to you by O'Quinn & Associates, Van's Barbecue, Murphy Builder Supply, and First Southern Bank.